Do you want to say something about this? We had many conversations. I'm sure you also did.
So, before we go over the different points that we've done, so I basically let transcription go over the whole discussion, then I have it summarized, and then we have it put in a corporate jacket. So this is what we're going to present to you today.
We love AI.
Automation.
Peace and joy.
Well,
I think
I should do it.
yeah, because it's very.
Too corporate.
If I don't know what I'm talking about, you can feel it. So.
Fair enough. So the first scalable strategy for the corporate engagement will be segmented market entry with personal-driven offers. What does it mean? You want to take that one?
No.
No?
I'm holding space.
We want to know too.
So, in order to be able to come into a corporate environment, you need to know and have a certain amount of data before you basically can approach the leaders. You need to understand what the potential issue is, and you need to know how to address it. So that's kind of the first one, because it's basically on a personal level. So that you cannot make a generalization of a strategy. You need to go in there by segmentations. So that's the first one.
Can we do
Yeah.
backwards and forwards?
That's cool.
Can you hear one of ours?
That's great. So our first point are called to inspire. And then we talk about creating things like podcast, TV, newsletter, etc. to share our knowledge, and then to invite different people with different unique knowledge, with different success stories, just like we've done here today, to inspire people to get into this world of mindfulness and spirituality that is so much blended into the business world this day. That's a very cool thing of living today, that we have this mix with the spirituality and the business world. Like the science is coming through and put the strek under, circulate how important this knowledge from thousands of years ago actually is. So that's what we wanted to start with, an inspiring search of knowledge.
And at the same time, using this as a sort of part of a survey that we've been talking about to understand the pain points and the power points that are needed in organisations. So we would invite people from organisations into the podcast so that they can inform us about what their challenges are and how they want to be inspired, so that it's a dialogue that we create.
Very good.
Good.
Very good.
Very good.
So it's kind of in the same direction, however we do it with data-backed pilot programs. So basically targeting specific departments or groups based on the NPS scores or those type of things, and able to basically approach them on a personal level and utilize them as a pilot in order to deploy this across the rest of the organization. Want to add something?
It's almost like I'm feeling the different vibes, like this pouring out of like we have to show off, not hump them, but we like the energy we want to create. It's very interesting to feel. Yes, I didn't want to answer.
You did that.
I did answer.
Well, that's the point, to attract, not to chase. Yes. So the second point we have here is numbers don't lie. So if we want to meet the business world, we need to use other language than to talk about chakras and to talk about energy or chi or prana, or these words that is very similar for a lot of us probably, but maybe not in the business world. So that's why we want to use surveys as a sales pitch with the statistics, science, results from other clients, because numbers don't lie. And at the same point, we also will discussing to use instruments who shows the data, for example, stress levels, blood pressures, etc., to show the before and after results for motivation, so that people actually will use the services because they have instruments that shows and they have cases that shows that what they do actually have health benefits for their body, mind, and soul.
So we actually have a little piece of equipment here somewhere, something that you can get employees of a sort of guinea pig group to wear a sort of watch or a monitor watch or something like that to show their stress levels, their sleep levels and everything else, and to use that information to tailor programs individually over groups or whatever. Makes sense?
Yeah. Yeah, or
Technology.
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 Fair enough.
I'm tired of using technology.
And may I just add to that last section, because we talked about to roll it out, the smartest thing sometimes are to gather an ambassador group. You talked about the pilot, which is more or less the same. Volunteers, who is the first to arrive because they are already convinced. May I also add a factual thing? We did the rings for a Swedish automotive client for hundreds of people, and they got all of this, and therefore they took in psychologists and therapists. And
Thank you.
Thank you.
Our third one is basically collective value proposition through strategic partnerships. So what does it mean? Potentially alone, you're not able to hook up. So it's partner up with your peers. Again, utilization of data and value proposition, and come in a better place with better value. So yeah, that's our third one.
Dry.
A little bit dry.
Yeah. Dry, yeah.
spice it up.
Spice it up.
I mean, that's what we're doing here, isn't it?
Yes.
That third point is that's why we're here.
Yeah, I think that's part of the concept that you shared with me, is that to try and create a collective platform for services and to draw on each other's strengths and keep them symbiotic.
Definitely. I mean, it's what Medium understands where creativity and technology come together to create a better world, right? And so we seriously believe there are people who complain about the algorithm following them and sending them ads and so on, but why not train the algorithm to send you what you want, right? Everyone is worried about AI, and I'm like, if you look at AI as a child, why don't you give, like, if you follow Isaac Asimov, one of the greatest science fiction writers, and he spoke about AI so many years ago, and why not treat the AI like a child, give it proper values. You teach your child to steal, and if you teach your child to do certain things, and if you program it at some conscious level to do the things that you would not necessarily, but society, which is harmful for society, and we are at that amazing time and space where we have the opportunity to teach this new being, because we have become gods, and now we have created the next being below us. So will what happened to the gods happen when they created us, where we evolved and we killed the gods? And so we are at that very crucial level in evolution. So so should we have a religion for AI? Or should we make the AI more spiritual?
We are coming back to the gods nowadays. There is a revival of the mythology.
There is a saying that at our level of consciousness, you can either decide to solve problems from human level, we decided to solve it from celestial level. So we are in a very crucial point in our life where we need to think celestial, right? Because we are giving birth to something very powerful.
I think we have a point of something celestial here.
Yeah, I believe, yeah, it will come in the end, but we can, pop it up. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. So we have one point at the last one, which I will call individuality meets technology. Because we want to use all these AI tools, and we think it's really great for the companies, and it's an amazing way of reaching a lot of people. But we think it's also very important to combine it with individual coaching, with actually meetups where they actually meet the people, and where our coaches actually talk to the employees and really give them the individual coaching that they need. Really ask them what is the problems of this specific place and what kind of solution do you think that you need, because it is one thing with a solution for everyone and to share it out, but it's also something to meet people physically, especially in this time when everything is so automatically, and to let people actually feel seen and heard.
I think we have a lot of experience in this group. There's a lot of knowledge and experience here. The lady who's leading in the green, she has a lot of experience. But to use all our experience, and there's a lot of knowledge here. No, but seriously. Thank you very much. Bring it on.
So the next point is basically prevention by utilization of data and education. So what does it mean is utilize more, kind of as what you guys said, is utilization of data. Okay, there's trauma, there's sleep deprivation, and those type of things. Utilize that data in order to be more preventive moving forward.
What you said is really important. In the world today, there is either we're in the survival consciousness or we're actually in the authentic self. And this is the shift when humanity is starting to kind of, and to address that, how we can see that in the world, in our relationships and everything, and really outspokenly say that this is our field of expertise. We want to help people and we want to shift into presence. I think,
Pitch, pivoting into presence. Basically, please
So our next point would be to begin with the leaders, because if we want to reach a lot of people, it will be logical to start at the top of the upper part of the company, and then the rings will go down and down and down and down. So what we talked about is to give coaching to the leaders over time, so they can really integrate their transformation, really get the transformation, and then that transformation will show up in their employees' life, because that will change how they lead the company. And we also talked about how often like yoga mats and rooms and stuff are left empty. Like companies invest a lot in different stuff and nobody uses it. So we talked about how if the leaders goes as an example, really walk the talk, really use the things that is invested in, like the rooms, the classes, the yoga mats, whatever it is, as a result of their motivation and their transformation, then their employees will get inspired and then they will use it as well.
Good.
We had five strategies each.
Yeah.
Thereabouts, yeah.
The last one.
The last one.
No, I'm good.
So the last one is municipality and community influence. So as long as you have broader audience, and as well if you have like the municipality and the community behind your back, that will have a positive impact on the work that you're trying to achieve.
The last thing we're talking about after finishing the hub-ish.
Yeah, we were also talking about like we need to make a hub, as we called it, to make like an app or classes. I mean, we talked about everyday platforms and just push it out.
Yeah, and the last one as well. And the last one we talked about was to build up on and support HR for the employees. So that there should be someone in the company with a work and with a role, yes, that's what I want to say, with a role of increasing the stress level for the employees and with a role of finding different solutions for just that being yoga, that being mindfulness, that being individual coaching, whatever it is, but to really support companies to prioritize that role as a part of HR, and then for also the employees, not only the leaders.
So we want to get heads of well-being to all the organisations. Describe it.
Nice.
Could this be an idea, like to have a day for all the HRs in the company, like we invite in all the big companies to have a day for the people dealing with human relations and just really give them a spot, something where we present science and practices and good lunch and just and then they bring it back and then we follow up. Is that a concrete thing to do, or is that utopia?
It's a very great idea.
It's a good idea.
It's a very
Yeah.
I was once in a
okay.
master class with
So it's
lots
a
of
good
martial
idea.
artists, and they were like
Okay.
people from all over the world, some of the top experts in martial art, and to learn from a Tai Chi master, to learn from a Kung Fu master, traveling, you name it. That was so cool. Something on the same where C-suites or whatever can come experience it firsthand. What they do.
Yeah.
Really, thank you very much, everyone. It's been a pleasure.